Um, I'm Kira Galbraith. I'm from Montezuma Cortez High School. So Pinhead is not just for the people that don't know what they're doing. It's also for the people that have an idea and they want to make sure that's what you want to do. So I did my internship at Forest Park Animal Hospital. I want to be a vet, and so I went to Florida, Panama City, Florida, and I learned the duties of a vet technician, and I worked side by side with Dr. Favallaro and Dr. Baker. I learned a lot, and I did the job of a vet technician. If you're kind of like squeamish and stuff about like open wounds and stuff, I suggest not looking. My first day, we removed an eyeball from a chihuahua. That's this picture right here. It came in with a ruptured eye. At first, the dog got something like some grass or something in its eye, and the owner didn't notice. It was so irritated and left it alone. Later on, the eye ruptured, and the chihuahua had to have its eye removed. That was the first day. First hour, I walked in, and they're like, we're removing an eyeball. Every morning from 7 o'clock to about 11, we would do surgeries. So the coolest surgery, we amputated a Rottweiler's toe over here. So that's the x-ray afterwards. It was super cool. We opened it up and you just cut it off at the joint. I observed a lot of the surgeries every single morning. Every Friday we'd do dentals. This was one of the nastiest ones. The black tartar on the teeth would have to be chipped off, and then we'd clean it just like every other dentist would. Every Friday we'd have some really bad dentals come in, and they smelled nasty. Every afternoon we'd have office calls. Sometimes they'd just be normal shots that would come in for rabies or HP parvo. So one of the office calls that happened, we had this cat that was very fluffy, an outside cat, had passed out, and the owners didn't know why. We took an x-ray of the cat right here. That cat weighed 3 pounds. It was starving to death, and so it couldn't breathe anymore too because its diaphragm had broken. We put it in an oxygen chamber and sent it home because we couldn't do anything more. We couldn't give it fluids, we couldn't vaccinate it, we couldn't do anything for the cat because it was so thin. Later, the cat sadly died. It was really sad because the owners weren't taking care of it. Following that, over there is an abscess that ruptured, and the owners later did not take care of it, so it got very infected, and we sent the cat home with antibiotics and later got better, but please take care of your animals. Every afternoon, I do fecal testing. So we take some poop, usually from dogs, and I'd put it under a I'd put it on a microchip and look at under a scope. And I'd usually find roundworms, ringworms, or whipworms, and we'd later on vaccinate your dog or cat for it. We had a puppy come in, very thin, had 3 different types of worms. It was kind of amazing that a dog could have that many worms. Its litter mate also had 3. Over here is an ear mite. It squirms around under the microscope. It's kind of creepy. In Panama City, as you all may or may not know, back in November there was a really bad hurricane. It knocked out a lot of houses and thousands of trees. Visiting this community, it was interesting to see how they were regrowing a year later. So that is a picture of just Panama City in general. Thousands of houses and trees. It was crazy. Also, the beaches, very dangerous, very dangerous. There's the flesh-eating bacteria. So if you had like a cut or a wound and you got in the ocean, you could possibly lose a limb. There was lots of shark attacks, but there's other fun things to do, like I went fishing 3 times, deep sea fishing, caught some really big fish with my uncle and my cousin Sean. I went kayaking with my uncle And the funnest thing I think I did was I went and spent a whole day with an orthopedic surgeon that my uncle, the podiatrist, got me in with. I got to see all these orthopedic surgeries and got to see the doctor side of a practice, and I really liked working with animals. A lot less paperwork. There's a lot of insurance and people with orthopedic surgeries. My advice for future interns, please apply. It takes not very long, maybe 2 days to write a good essay, and it's really worth your time. It's not really a free vacation. I worked a 7 to 5 job, and I really loved it. I, in fact, got invited to come back and work next summer for the same practice, so that was good. I got a lot of experience, and I would advise all of you to apply. Thank you.
So good.